Good evening, good evening, good evening. I posted a video earlier today and I was just, to me, I think a lot of people really walk away from their inheritance or wealth by being greedy. Um, a lot of our families, older families, generations before us, they lived together in homes, five, six, sometimes 10 people at a time. And they kept the money, the resources within one house until another individual was able to either purchase their own for cash, purchase them cash. Um, a lot of people now, you know, get themselves in debt in the real estate market by purchasing homes. Credit has put America in debt. Uh, Insurances have put America in debt. It allowed people to purchase things that they really didn't have the finances to actually purchase themselves. Um, and I believe as a black individual, we will never ever be able to get out of the debt deficits that plagues our community until you start buying small properties and giving them away, yes, giving them to another family, and just allowing them to be. If you put another family into a home that you done purchased for less than nothing, spend a little bit of money in it, instead of putting them in debt and having to worry or struggling trying to pay a mortgage, put them in a house and say, hey, this is yours. This is you and your family's home. All they have to worry about is the utilities, groceries, and paying the taxes on that property. Then you're setting that family up to build generational wealth. But a lot of people come into the certain black communities and they buy these homes that are somewhat run down. They go in there and they spend a bunch of money in there fixing them up. And then they want to turn around and flip them and make money off of them. And yes, the bank will qualify another individual to go in there and purchase a certain type of home. But when they get in there, let's say the job market's fold, then what? You done got a family and a house they probably can't even afford to pay for. So you really haven't done them any justice. And I'm gonna take it back to certain historic homes you can drive through in Rocky Mount that were predominantly white at one time. If you look at those homes, the families actually lived into those homes until it got to the point to where they didn't no longer want to stay there. They want to venture out and have their own. But in history, it always repeats itself. And if people were to go back and look at some of those old TV shows that we grew up watching as we grew up, Full House, Family Matters, certain TV shows that used to come on Friday nights, TGIF, that's what they used to call it. All those families lived together in one house, one big house. They kept the resources within. That's how you build generational wealth. You purchase some land. Once you own the land, you can do anything you want to with it, especially if you get outside the county line, outside the city limits, and you get into the county, out in the country, rural community. You can build what you want to out there because you own the land. You can pretty much, you can pretty much do what you want to if it's considered a homestead anyway. Um, but I feel like a lot of us got accustomed to looking the part, but not really being the part. You know what I'm saying? Not actually having it all together. So I feel like some of that has been the problem. Everybody wants to try to keep up with the Joneses, um, and then when you look at your Section 8 housing. It's like a lot of people, they gravitate to the projects, but the projects are nothing but a prison without a fence around it. And they're built just alike. The projects and the prisons are built just alike. They just don't. The projects just don't have a fence around it. That's all, and everyone goes in and out freely. If you change your mindset on that, then you would think more so on ownership. Starting a business, it doesn't take a whole lot of money to start a business. If you start up a business for less than nothing, get your LLCs, go get your IEN number, start something from the ground up. That's how a lot of other individuals do when they come here to America from other countries. They'll start up a small business each year. They'll invest that money back into it when they file their taxes to watch their business grow until they get to the point to where they see that's not benefiting them. Then they'll sell their business, and that will be enough for them to go off and start something else. But we don't teach our people that. It's like they'll rather watch. You can look in the south side of Rocky Mount, and you see predominantly those juice stores that are popping up in the black community, but you don't see a black person owning not a single one of them. Why is that? Because we will not support our own. And that's crazy. You should have a black store, a black produce store somewhere. But a lot of that money in the black community is going to those people. When those people get off work that own those businesses, most of the time they're going outside of the city limits. So people got to be more observant and take that into accountability. Enjoy the simple things in life. They'll go a whole lot further. Anything that's gotten fast won't last. It takes it takes a long time to build a business. It takes a long time to sometimes build a solid foundation in anything. If you look at some of these historic homes that are still standing from the early 1900s, during those times when they would go in there, they would clear the land, set up the foundation, and the foundation, they would watch it for almost 6 months to a year to make sure the ground didn't settle anymore. So they had a sturdy foundation. I think it's time that, in order for America to rebuild itself, it has to go back to some of the ways that our forefathers used to live simple, enjoy life, learn how to love more, and care for the ones who are really truly there for you, and not try to push them away. Find God and let Him, pray more, strengthen your spirit of discernment. I don't care what no one says. Even a demon can recognize when he's in the presence of a child of God. So keep that in mind. I encourage y'all, get into your word. Feed your spirit, man. Just as much you feed your natural, y'all be blessed, be encouraged.